Hello, my name is Chad Kassem from Acoustic Sounds, Analogue Productions, and Quality Record Pressings. And today I'm going to do a video about the Beach Boys. In 2014, we were contacted by EMI, my rep at EMI, Brett, and he asked me if I would be willing to do the complete Beach Boys catalog on LP and SACD. And it was because he had called us earlier and asked us to do the complete Norah Jones catalog on LP and SACD. And we did that, and they were pleased, and so were our customers. So then he asked me if I would do the Beach Boys complete catalog. Now, this is when EMI was still in the Capitol building, the famous building in downtown Hollywood. And he asked me if I'd do the Beach Boys. Now, I wasn't really, I'm familiar with the Beach Boys, all their hits on the radio, and I was familiar with Pet Sounds being considered one of the classic pop records of all time. Not quite understanding why it was considered such a great pop album. I knew that they were a popular band and our customers wanted the Beach Boys records done in high quality. Now, normally, I only reissue my favorite records, records that I know, I love, my favorite records that have a great sound and great music, the combination of both, or maybe a little rare, records people want. The Beach Boys was never one of my favorite bands when I started this. But I knew a lot of people wanted them, and I knew it was a great opportunity, so we decided to do it. So we did 14 different Beach Boys albums, not the complete catalog. We kind of stopped towards the end of the records, I think right before Wild Honey. But we did most of them, the first 14. Then we duplicated 10 of those 14 that had specific mono releases they had mono master tape, mono mix, mono master tapes. So 4 of them were stereo only, and the first 10 had a stereo and a mono. Now, I think almost every mono we had the absolute original, except for Pet Sounds where we had a one-off copy. But we had mostly master tapes throughout the series, the ones we did and we made mention. But again, we had most of the original tapes and most of the original stereos if they came out originally on stereo. But again, we made notations on, we were transparent as always with what we had from the beginning. So this was 2014. So now it's almost 10 years later, and we don't have the license for this band anymore. And they let us do one more pressing. They let us press out the jackets that we had in stock. I've been doing this since 1986. The one thing I know in all that time, we pretty much sell every record we get. It's just not if, it's just when. So these will sell. I'm just doing this as kind of a public announcement that it's the last time, so everybody knows, it's the last time we're pressing the Beach Boys. And we have different quantities on each one. I'll go through some of the quantities as well. And, buy them if you want them. If not, that's okay too. Somebody else will buy them. We also have a lot of videos that we're going to run showing the manufacturing of them, the jackets. We did some nice videos with Kevin Gray mastering them, cutting them, talking about them, because Kevin Gray really loved the Beach Boys. He really wanted this job, and he did a great job. So we have a video of Kevin Gray, the mastering engineer, talking about it. Stoughton printing, them showing them running jackets, us plating and pressing. So we have a whole bunch of videos that we done with the Beach Boys. We'll run those around the same time, so if you're interested, you can watch those as well. So I'll start with the ones that we just were allowed to repress, okay? So I think this was the first one, Surf and Safari. This was mono only. These are tip-on gatefold jackets mastered by Kevin Gray. We did a little less than 500 of these. So we have 500 of these in stock now. Again, if you want it, buy it. Please don't call me crying that you ran out and could I find you one under my bed. Anyway, here it is, less than 500. The Surfer Girl, this is my favorite Beach Boys, sonically and musically. What Pet Sounds means to other people, this one is to me. Okay, so we did a 33 mono, a 33 stereo, and a stereo 45. We're out of the stereo 33. We did about 900 stereo 45s and less than 500 of the mono 33. Okay, so less than 500 mono 33, less than 1,045, and no stereos. This record is incredible. They have a song called In My Room that it sounds like they're in your room. The harmonies, you could put it up with the Jordanaires, you know, what they did behind Elvis, the backup singers for Sam Cooke, you know, all the greatest harmonizing groups. It's unbelievable. In My Room sounds incredible. They also do Surfer Girl on here. It's just a great, great album sonically. And if you ever get the original, compare the artwork. We got the original photos and we just redid it, and it's just night and day difference. A lot of the original was double registered, you know, it was, anyway, the highest quality jacket, mastering and pressing. This is my favorite. It will blow you away. Lil Deuce Coupe, around 1,000 left, and this is the mono. Lil Deuce Coupe, around 1,000 stereos. Shutdown, Volume 2 in stereo, approximately 1,000 of these. And Holland, a little more than 500 Hollands. This is in stereo. Okay, these are the ones that are we're going to release. They're on the press now, but we've been trying to not announce things way ahead of time. We've been trying our best, and it's been working, but we still hear people, you know, wow, they announced this a few months ago. So we're going to wait till these are in stock, and when you watch this video, they'll be in stock. They won't be in stock for long. So now I just decided we'd go through the rest of what we have. So again, we did 14 different titles. Some of them we did in mono and stereo. I think about 10 of those we did in mono and stereo. Okay, these are the ones that we had in stock now. And so this is Surfing USA. This is an early one. We have around 300 monos and around 800 stereos. That's it, folks. We have about 30 of these, and this is stereo all summer long. We have around 800 of the mono Shutdown Volume 2, less than 800. Less than 500 of the stereo Beach Boys Party. Another interesting story about the Beach Boys Party, I got to be friends with Mark Lynette, and Mark is the engineer that they've worked with forever, and he convinced me that I ought to do this without, like during this party, there's some fan noise in the background, they're talking and clapping and hooting and hollering, and he was able to get the music that was just the music and not the background noise. But we asked, and they didn't let us do it for some reason. Anyway, less than 500 of these in stereo. The mono, less than 300 monos. Pet Sounds, 45. We did a 45 in stereo and a 45 in mono. This is the most popular one, the one that we sell the most, but one we have a good stock on. So we have a pretty good, we have a couple of thousand of these, but that won't last long. Now, the stereo when they remixed it, it was remixed to high-res digital from the original multi-channel analog tapes to digital. Then it was put on an analog, mixed in digital, put on an analog tape, and Kevin cut from the analog tape. So it was, again, originally recorded multi-channel analog, mixed to digital, and then put on analog tape. That's the stereo. The mono was done off the one-off, it was either an EQ copy or a flat copy, a one-off tape, analog. So the mono was done off the analog, and the stereo had a digital. Always was transparent about that from the beginning. Nobody's going to be able to say that I wasn't. So before anybody says anything, here's a beautiful gatefold, beautiful record, best jacket, great sound, great classic record. Stereo 45, mono 45. Then we have the mono 33. We have a couple of, okay, this is, the stereo 33. We have a couple of thousand of these. Stereo, again, originally recorded analog multi to digital, mixed to digital, transfer to analog tape, cut from that. Stereo. This is mono. We only have a little less than 1,000. It's the mono that was cut from the one-off analog tape. So there's 4 different versions. If you're interested in pet sounds, pick the one you want. Get it. I would highly recommend it because I know we'll be out of it. This is Smiley Smile. We have less than 500 of the mono and less than 300 of the stereo. We have 5 left of this. Sunflower, beautiful gatefold. Oops. Hear that? Nice. And Surf's Up. We have 10 left of Surf's Up. So buy now or cry later. This is the last time we're going to be pressing the Beach Boys. Our contract ran out. We almost had them for 10 years. So that's another thing. We've had these for almost 10 years. A lot of people wait till the end before they buy them. We're used to that. We wish people would buy them when they first came out. But this is the last chance on the Beach Boys. Again, I learned a lot about the Beach Boys doing this. It wasn't my favorite band. I got to like them more and more as we did this. Once we heard the quality and their harmonizing and their singing, it's just pretty much unbeatable. And but again, Surfer Girl is, I mean, for audiophiles, and to me that was my favorite. And then Pet Sounds. And anyway, thanks for watching and listening, and we appreciate your business. Thanks for the support. We're going to be on to different catalogs, like the whole Steely Dan catalog. We're working on big things, and you'll hear future announcements soon. So thank you very much. And also watch the other videos about us making these Beach Boys. I think there's some pretty good videos that we're going to relaunch or recirculate. So thanks. If you want to subscribe to our email newsletter and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's how you'll find out, what's going on at Acoustic Sounds. Be the first to know. So thank you so much.